Good afternoon. The West Midlands Police and Crime Commissioner says there needs to be tighter controls over powers to stop and search. New figures show the force is now carrying out fewer searches and has improved its arrest figures. But black people are still nearly 3 times more likely to be stopped. A special conference on the issue is taking place in Birmingham today. Our special correspondent Peter Wilson sent this report.
A summit on police powers and how people on the streets are affected. More than 30,000 stop and searches took place in the West Midlands last year, but black people are far more likely to be stopped. The leading American civil rights campaigner Jesse Jackson recently told me about its links to the past.
If you were walking free, you must have escaped from slavery, so you stopped and you were searched, as it were, or you stopped and you were jailed. This is just an advanced state of that. In America, in New York, they call it stop and frisk. Here it's called stop and search. But it's based upon racial stereotyping. You assume someone is guilty of some crime, or potentially so because of the way they look.
What is it like to be stopped? Dean Davis was buying his girlfriend a Valentine's gift in Birmingham this year. He has no police record, but suddenly found himself detained by the police.
There was 2 other people in the shop, just so happened to be white, and it was only me that was in the back of the riot van. So I believe there is police judging people and stereotyping by the way you look.
The government want changes to stop and search. So are the police listening to the public?
There's always been criticism of stop and search ever since it came in during the mid-80s. And I think it's important that police reflect and listen to that criticism and concern, and that we amend our practices accordingly. So yes, I think we are listening to criticism, which at times, of course, has been fair.
Stop and search powers are amongst the most intrusive in the police armoury, but they're also supposed to help tackle serious knife and gang crimes. How to use such powers with the consent of the public is what is being debated here.
Well, Peter Wilson is at that conference for us this lunchtime. Peter, clearly controversial. Do the police think they're getting it right?
Well, the police say that they've cut the number of searches by 11% since last year alone. But a lot of very angry people here saying, how can we trust the police who've got it wrong, they say, for the past 50 years to get it right now? Well, the man who is entrusted to try and get things right is Bob Jones, the Police Crime Commissioner. Stop and search and the various powers, it's all a bit of a mess, isn't it, Bob?
Well, clearly we need to do a lot better. I mean, so there has been some progress, and the reduced number of searches has actually produced a better level of outcomes, which hopefully provides some assurance we're targeting the right people for the right reasons. But we need to do more. We need to get better information that's hopefully easier for police officers to record, to ensure that we can actually give an account to the community, to assure them it's being used to protect the community, not to oppress them.
These people have clearly told the police today that they do feel oppressed, that their young men are being stopped for no good reason.
Yeah, and we need to actually give an account. We need to be able to justify why those stops and searches are happening, to intercept guns, to intercept knives, given them the right reason of why they're happening, or clearly if there's evidence that it's not happening for the right reason, we need to give an account as to what we're doing about it to stop that happening.
But the police need to convince people that they are using the powers in the right way to cut crime with the consent of the public.
Absolutely, and that's why we've got this summit today, because it's no use me saying I'm assured. We want to make sure we've got systems, data, training that assures the community, so we need to ask the community to participate in that.
Well, the police have made it clear that they intend to retrain all their frontline officers, and we'll have the latest from the summit in Midlands Today tonight.
Thank you, Peter. A former nurse